Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotworld.com, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. And for this reading, I am using the Tarot of the Pagan Cats. And as you'll notice, I had a little cat in my video in the beginning there, but she's now under the table. Okay, so I'm going to start with drawing 3 cards. It seems like the cards are really far away in this video. I think I have to zoom in. So each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And the first card is going to represent Monday and Tuesday. Oh, and before I get into the reading, I mentioned this in my last reading, but I'm going to mention it again. I'm doing a survey to get an idea of what kinds of videos and blog posts you might be interested in watching or reading. So if you want to do my survey, it's below this video in the About section. Okay, so the first card is King of Swords. And I have to say, already from the survey, I've gotten like a huge list of topic ideas for videos and blog posts and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome. So thank you to those of you who've done the survey. So we've got the King of Swords for Monday and Tuesday. So we're starting off the week really strong and powerful. The beginning of the week is a chance to really kind of own your confidence. This is a good time for negotiating something, really communicating and expressing yourself in a way that is very, has a lot of authority. You're going to have an easier time doing that. It's a good time to really tap into the confident side of yourself. So using the beginning of the week to do that, however that looks for you. One thing I'm getting with this card is the thing that stands out to me is like this, it looks like grass or rocks below, like all this stuff. It's really interesting, and I kind of want to spend more time looking at it. It looks like there's almost like shapes and designs and things like that in that. I'm not sure what it represents, but to me it feels confusing. Like it represents confusion. And then you'll see the king, this fluffy cat, is kind of above that. I feel like you may come up against situations or relationships where there's a lot of confusing mumbo jumbo, or even like at work or with legal stuff, or someone wanting you to sign documents or something like that, and there's going to be a lot of kind of red tape and mumbo jumbo that is kind of confusing, and it's really your role here to kind of cut through that and rise above it and communicate yourself very openly and clearly. But also it's really important to be assertive at the beginning of the week. So to be, to stand up for yourself and to be very assertive in all areas of your life. And then moving on to the middle of the week, so Wednesday, Thursday, we've got Judgment. And this is an interesting card because there seems to be a lot going on in this card. So Judgment is a major arcana card, and Judgment is often about I kind of wish this card was not called Judgment, because everyone thinks that it's about like judging or being judged, and it totally isn't about that. So Judgment will quite often come up when you're going through a phase in your life where you're reinventing yourself, or you're kind of transforming yourself. There's some kind of transformation happening, whether that's spiritual transformation, physical transformation, or just transforming your life in a better way. And it's often about shedding the past and shedding kind of the heavy things that drag you down. So maybe things like ego, anxiety, worry, fear, inhibitions, things like that, and kind of shedding those things and stepping forward with a lot less baggage and ready to kind of enter a new phase of your life. So it's a big card, it's a major card, it's very powerful. And in this deck, in this particular card, it looks like this kitty or someone was doing magic. It looks like there's a magic book there, and it looks like someone's doing some spells or something like that, or manifestation work. So the middle of the week, I feel, is a really good time to do that kind of work when you're, focusing on what you want to manifest, what things you want to be rid of, what things you want to change, how you want to transform yourself, or how you want to transform your life. And if you like journaling, you can get really, footloose and fancy free here and really kind of suspend disbelief and just be totally unrealistic if you want on, what kind of a life you would want for yourself if you could totally transform. What aspects would you keep? What things would you get rid of? What new things do you want to bring in? And then moving on to the end of the week, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we've got another king. That's so weird. Okay, so we got King of Cups. So again, actually, all three of these cards to me are very powerful, and they really speak about confidence. And the King of Swords is about being confident to, speak your mind, to communicate clearly, being assertive. Judgment is having the confidence to transform yourself and stepping into a new phase in your life, because that takes a lot of courage and a lot of confidence. And the King of Cups is about being confident in your feelings and being able to express your feelings. So having confidence in the emotional realm. And of course, the King of Cups goes nice with the King of Swords, because the King of Cups is about feeling and emotion and getting in touch with that, and the King of Swords is about expressing, being expressive, so communicating that. So I feel like overall, this week is about perhaps communicating your feelings to others, and getting clear on some of your thoughts and feelings in order to make changes, in order to do that transformation. Because I think a lot of people think that transformation is something that just kind of happens magically or spontaneously, and sometimes like I think a lot of self-help books will talk about like transformation, and like it's a word that gets used a lot, and there's a lot of kind of grunt work behind it. There's a lot of like unsexy aspects to transforming things and creating change. And oh, here's my kitty. Oh god, she's gonna sit right in front of the cards. Jesus. Okay, no, she's gonna start playing with the cards now. So I'll just bring the King of Cups back out so we can look at it. Oh god, she's eating it. Jeez. I think she's teething or something. She's biting things. It drives me nuts. So back to a little bit of distraction there. Back to the King of Cups. Yeah, basically this is about emotions and feelings. I think that you will be kind of an emotional, almost like a grounding block for people in your life. So other people might be very emotional around you, but you're gonna stay solid. If you look at the kitty, he's on like a cement block, which is strangely floating on the water. So there might be, boiling seas around you, a lot of high emotions, but you're gonna stay stable and you're gonna stay strong. And that's kind of almost the overall theme of the week. There might be a lot going on around you, like with the mental confusion. There might be a lot of emotional people, emotions might be high, there might be a lot going on, but it looks like you stay calm. And if you don't stay calm, that's something to kind of focus on, is kind of rising above it, staying afloat, keeping a clear head, and remaining very, very grounded and confident. As well as open-minded as you move forward with things, because this piece, the whole transformation piece, requires you to be very open-minded. So that has been your weekly tarot card reading. My name is Kate, and you can find more readings, video tutorials, deck reviews, tarot card spreads, and all kinds of fun tarot exercises on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week. And as always, I invite you to share your own interpretations and your own insights. So if there's something that jumped out at you that you want to mention, I'd love to hear about it in the comment section below.